All right, I know I'm a few days late on this review. It's been a very busy weekend for me if you've been following me on my football endeavors, but alas, we are here to talk about The Pope's Exorcist. All right, so The Pope's Exorcist is based or inspired by a true story about a real life pope who's wrote many books and is the head exorcist to the Pope at the Vatican. And that Pope, or sorry, that exorcist is played by Russell Crowe, who plays Father Gabriele Amorth. Amorth? But, Russell Crowe is great in this. I'm just going to lead right off with that. Russell Crowe is really, really good in this. At least I thought. The story is pretty. I won't say it's been treaded before, but I mean it's like most exorcism movies, but with a little bit of a twist. So yeah, a kid gets possessed by a demon, and the Pope sends this exorcist to go check it out because it's in a special location that they've had some issues with apparently in the past. And the big thing here is there's actually a mystery around the location that this possession is happening, so you have to start digging in. So it's part mystery, part exorcist movie. It's actually really interesting for most of this film. I actually found the story to be actually quite engaging, very interesting, and the pacing was really great for about 3/4 of this film. It does end up in the third act kind of dragging and kind of losing that steam a little bit. But, I mean, for the most part, I had a really good time watching this. Is it the greatest exorcism story you're probably going to see? Probably not. They've done a bunch of these, and they all kind of end up being the same. I think that's why a lot of critics aren't really being too favorable to this. But I didn't mind it. I'm not even a big exorcist film person. Films about exorcisms or demon possession or all that sort of stuff. Not really my thing. But here, I thought it was very intriguing. It does make me want to go check out maybe some of the works of this priest and read some of those books, because that subject has never been as fascinating to me as it was watching this film. It became fascinating and interesting. I don't know if it's just because it's the angle they took with the film or not. It does start off real strong. I have to say, the opening of the film is very cool, and I've never really seen anything like that. Maybe it's been done before in other exorcism movies, but like I said, I don't watch enough of them to feel like I've seen every single one of them, but enough to kind of get the gist of what every single one's kind of about, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, look, Russell Crowe is worth the price of admission. I love his character. He's essentially like the Pope's Batman. He's like a superhero with this. And there is some comedy in this a little bit, and I was all for a lot of this, and the humor of Russell Crowe's character landed for me. I thought it was great. He's got the utility belt. Well, in this case, he's got like a briefcase with all the stuff he needs to do his exorcisms. It's his utility belt. He's stinking Batman, all right? I dug it. He's even got a cool little moped he rides around on, which I'm just like, give me more. I want this guy to just, every week, solving exorcisms, riding this little scooter, Vespa, whatever you want to call it. It was great. It amused me greatly. The rest of the cast of this is pretty solid, but the other big highlight I guess I wanted to hit was the kid who plays the kid who gets possessed, and that's Peter D'Souza Frejone. He plays Henry. I actually thought he did a really good job. He doesn't get a whole lot of dialogue as himself, but because there's a reason in the story that this kid actually hasn't spoken anything since the time of the movie started. Like, it's been some time. Something happened in his past. He doesn't really talk anymore. Not that he can't, he just chooses not to, or has a particular reason why he can't. And but they have like the demon voice coming out of him, and I think for the most part, the kid nails it. I thought he was really good. Having to probably do a lot of his stunts. I don't know how much of the work was prosthetics, being on his face, or how much was CG, but I thought they did a really good job with that. The rest of his little family, because it's like a mom, a daughter, and the son, move into this like chapel they're fixing up because it was like in their family name or something, so they're fixing it up, and that's when the possession starts up. But they were all right. Nothing to write home about. Good, not great kind of performances there. But Yeah, I enjoyed this film. I left that theater being very surprised at how much I actually enjoyed this. I would highly recommend it. I won't say don't listen to the critics. Look, if possession movies aren't your thing, then don't see it. But if you're curious, I think this is a good one. I think Russell Crowe actually crushes this, and yeah, I've seen other people, you know, dog on his performance. I don't get it. I thought he did great in this. I was totally enamored with him, and I want more of him because then they kind of end in such a way that there's no post credit scene, but they end it in such a way that it's like an an Avengers team up or the superhero team getting ready to go back out and do more missions because there's this thing that happens that there might be some more stuff they have to investigate, and I just got superhero vibes from it. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. So I don't know. I was just kind of into that, and I was like, all right, we got 200 sequels coming because they got all this stuff that they just uncovered at the end of the movie. So I don't know. Look, I'm gonna give this film a solid B. I wanted to give it a little higher, but I think a B is probably pretty good because that last act, while there's stuff that happens and it's very heavy on like what you would want out of an exorcism movie, it just I don't know. It was kind of visual noise for the most part, and I just didn't really care about some of the characters being involved in it, and I kind of felt like I knew where everything was going. But that's just me. But other than that, though, check it out if you want. I thought it was interesting. Do you guys have any interest in seeing The Pope's Exorcist? I know it's been out. I'm getting to this review a little late. But have you seen it this weekend? Do you plan on seeing it? Is it on your radar, not on your radar? Do you want to see it now? Do you not want to see it now? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you could please hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that little bell notification to be notified whenever I drop new reviews. It'd be greatly appreciated. And until the next review, guys, which ironically should be another horror film. I think Evil Dead Rise is the next one. But until next time, guys, I'll be seeing you.